Welcome to CSS Chronicles. 21 Lessons for 21st Century. Chapter 8. Religion. To help us understand the problem of religion in modern society, Harari outlines the three types of problems we face. Number 1. Technical problems. Number 2. Policy problems. Number 3. Identity problems. Harari highlights that Karl Marx had previously pointed that religion doesn't have much to contribute to policy debates. The author agrees with Marx that war between religions is not policy-based. Instead, it appears to be a combination of technical and identity problems. That said, religion allows the smallest differences to have a significant impact. For example, Eastern Orthodox and Western Christians split due to the exclusion of the words and the Son in a creed. So, Harari believes Freud was potentially correct when he claimed religion involves an obsession with minor differences. However, author believes that in chaos and bewilderment of 21st century, the purpose of religion will be that it gives identity to people. People will feel unique and connected to a group and purpose. Chapter 9. Immigration. Immigration is one of the most common happening of 21st century, which has led to numerous social, economic, political and psychological clashes between immigrants and host countries. Harari starts by specifying the basic conditions required for immigration to occur. There are three of them. Number 1. The host country allows immigrants into their country. Number 2. The immigrants are expected to embrace the norms and values of the host country. Number 3. If the immigrants integrate, they will eventually become equal members of the host country. Harari believes that a large proportion of people who dislike immigration are not racists. They are actually culturists. Most people who oppose immigration are those who want to maintain their nation's current culture. For example, liberal minorities can migrate to an intolerant society, if considered acceptable by the host society. But, there will be a threshold where numbers of liberal minorities will be counteracting the country's intolerant society. To better understand anti-immigration people, we must accept that they might be culturists rather than racists. Chapter 10. Terrorism. Harari believes that terrorism works by controlling minds of people, and reaction to terrorism has become a greater threat than terrorism itself. Terrorists have killed very few people but can terrify billions due to political responses. The author points out that each year since 9/11, only 50 people are killed in the EU, 10 in the US and 7 in China. Globally, 25,000 people die of terrorism and 7 million people die of air pollution. Diabetes is lead cause of death among populations. Diseases and climate change are the areas where resources and attention must be delivered. Despite this difference, terrorism produces considerably more fear and gains far more attention. So, instead of encouraging fear in society, Harari believes effective counterterrorism should include the following three things. Number 1. The government should make sure their actions against terror networks are relatively hidden. Number 2. The media must be forced to avoid hysteria and overreporting on anything terror-related. Number 3. Their citizens must liberate their imaginations from the terror and remember how uncommon terrorist acts are. Chapter 11. War. The prevalence of war has dropped considerably over the past few decades as it has become unprofitable business. Harari believes this is partly due to our transition away from fighting over resources and toward fighting over knowledge. You could previously obtain agricultural land, gold mines and oil fields from warfare. However, knowledge cannot be conquered through war. Therefore, Harari believes that modern warfare will be based on information technology and biotechnology rather than guns and bombs. As author has said in book, at present, people are happy to give away their most valuable asset, their personal data, in exchange for free email services and funny cat videos. It's a bit like African and Native American tribes who unwittingly sold entire countries to European imperialists in exchange for colorful beads and cheap trinkets. Therefore, author has opinion that data will be the reason for competition and it will eventually make and break nations.